Hello there, welcome to today's Daily Dominion. Got some plunder stuff in Pickaxe, Wealthy Village, King's Cache. Another Palace board, though probably not so good. Conquest, potentially good. I mean, the issue here is that there's not really draw. Goat Herd, I guess, if your opponent is trashing a lot of cards, which sometimes the AI gets Pickaxe, so it could be trashing some. And then but other than that, there's not really a lot of draw. You could get golems, I suppose, which played on cantrips would give you, an increased hand size. But that also is going to be pretty inconsistent. There are a lot of conquest points, and there's King's Cache with plunder, so like maybe you can just like when you King's Cache a couple loots. I said plunder, I meant loots. You can get quite a bit of money that way, and maybe conquest decently large. So, I mean, that may outscore province stuff. There's not, if you play that way, I guess the good thing about some of the angles there is that there's not really a 3 pile. If you're just getting like loots via some pickaxing and stuff, you don't necessarily run out of the piles. I don't know, it's really weird. The thing with the golem is like you buy the potion, right? So you have to get quite a few golems before you make up the draw negative of just having the potion. Like if you buy one golem and you have one potion, you're not really conferring much advantage on yourself. And if you have several, but you also, for every golem, you have to have 2 cantrips to even get really any advantage. So, the good thing here is there's a lot of trashing, so it's not a problem to become pretty clean. I guess another option or something to maybe think about is whether there's a deck we can play that if we can get to it rapidly enough, whether there's a deck involving Bounty Hunter that is like golden in the sense that every turn you can guarantee buying a province. Like King's Cache Loot or King's Cache Gold Bounty Hunter buys a province every turn. And even Relic cannot stop that. So if you could get that set up quickly enough, that would be something to consider. If the AI doesn't have Relic at all, then there are quite a few other 5-card hands that can guarantee province every turn with a Bounty Hunter, or 3 treasures. And anyway, but that opens up, you could play with a Relic yourself. I don't know how good that is, or like you would need to set that up sufficiently fast that you were just ahead of the AI already in points, and because otherwise you would just be speeding the end, which wouldn't help you. There's also rats, which could work with pickaxe, but it's something that you probably want to be a little trashed out for. I mean, I'm gonna open Bounty Hunter just because I think it's pretty nice for getting the first sentry. This is maybe a decision point here, where if we want to go for the rats, now would be the time to try it. Because we're probably getting a sentry here. It already has gold, which this is not a great buy given what it's competing with in the kingdom, but it's it's the kind of thing the AI is gonna do pretty often. They got another Bounty Hunter, which is interesting. This is probably just another sentry, though. It could be like a Relic or even the pickaxe at this point. We have to hit 5 again, which could be either bounty. I guess a pretty reasonable way to hit 5 here from this point is to do bounty hunter rats. That should work okay. We're gonna trigger a shuffle here. If the sentry's not bomb decked, okay. So maybe not, but I'll get one more sentry. Yeah, this is kind of the problem. Guess we'll trash the rats and draw a card, maybe get a little bit. This actually worked out okay. Especially because we whiffed on the bounty hunter here. That's pretty nice. So we did lose a rats, but we have another rats. We got at least one good trash in. So now we do pickaxe. We're actually kind of running clean enough here that it may be possible to do the thing I was talking about. So whether that's the play, I don't know. The AI is ahead in points, so that does look maybe a little scary. We could get we could just lose the rats immediately, which just sort of defeats the purpose. But I was gonna say that's a question actually. Maybe we lose the bounty hunter. What's the cards left? We have copper state sentry. Let's just exile one. Let's just get elite and see what we get. Endless chalice. Endless chalice is fine here. Okay, the AI gets the figurehead. This is the kind of the sad thing. So the figurehead draws cards, which would have been pretty nice here, but we don't get it. So well, we're getting to the point where the bounty hunter isn't super useful to us unless we're planning to do the goldenish deck. That seems a little risky at this point. We could build it from here for sure. It wouldn't even be particularly hard. The AI's not playing Relic very often. We could just get a couple more loots and go. But I'd be worried about taking provinces at this point. I'm going to take jewels, I think, and go ahead and buy a wealthy village, get more loot. We get spell scroll, which isn't all that great here. It has a sort of a strange deck. They're going to be kind of clean, though. Can get our rats here. I'm gonna go ahead and get another pickaxe, just for the moment anyway. And probably lose it to the other one next turn. I guess we won't puzzle box here. Just do double Wealthy village. There we get a figurehead. Okay. And then we can get a king's cash. That's going to help a huge amount. Should try to find the king's cash. So I'm going to actually discard one of these here. We still have one more rats. Okay. So we'll do this. Hammer. Hammer's not actually all that exciting here. But it's okay. It'll be exciting next turn, actually. Let's do figurehead, king's court, and king's cash. This is going to leave the king's cash out of the deck. We can hammer. We can basically hammer for any 4. We're going to draw deck super easily. But we can just do a rats. It's fine. And then we probably want another king's cash, and then at least one of these. Sword is nice. Maybe just another king's cash. So we get to draw some here, which is cool. We're actually really flying here. We're not even going to be so far from being able to just empty the provinces on some turn. Not even needing to do the conquest. Because even this turn, we're going to have like $40. I think. Maybe not quite 40. But we're going to have 27 just from the king's cash stuff. We'll keep the rats. We'll just keep all of the everything. We'll pickaxe these 2 things and then see what we can actually hammer first. That way we can puzzle box something. We maybe could have gone ahead and done the king's cash on it as well, but we need to make sure we don't king's cash the jewels, because then it'll get stuck out doing duration stuff, even though it's like fake duration stuff. So we can just do like the sword and the shield and the puzzle box. This would get us 33. So we're gonna have $42 this turn already, which is a pretty good number of dollars. I don't think we'll win next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and puzzle box 3 times because we just don't need that much money. Frankly, we can get some more of these things though. We don't really want that many because our goal is mostly just to try and king's cash a figurehead again. So we don't want to put in too much stuff here. Maybe some sentries actually. We're really just waiting for the AI to lower the provinces to like 5 or something. Puzzle box pretty good. I mean, we could buy a province, but I want to do 1 turn. I want to just have a 1 turn situation. So we'll just do this and stop. And the sentries are mostly there to just try and help us find the figurehead. And then we might even king's cash like an amphora, so that's set aside, and maybe just puzzle box as much as we can, depending on what we have in hand exactly. Okay, So we actually want to probably toss both of these. At least if we're trying to get to the figurehead. We could have kept the king's cash. Would have been not unreasonable, but... Okay, so we got to this. I don't know. There's not a whole lot. Maybe we'll draw king's cash. No, draw sword. Okay, so we're just going to king's cash the figurehead, and then we'll definitely set something. We'll go ahead and do the duration for Amphora. Play the Endless Chalice. We'll play the sword. We'll go ahead and puzzle box the shield, I guess, and play the jewels. And then we'll just next turn we'll get 56 bucks and win. I think most likely. We could take up province now to have a little less money to draw. The bigger scoring, of course, will be actually just waiting and doing a gigantic conquest, but that'll take longer to end the game. At least a little bit. Depending on what we went for. I'm trying to think if there's even anything that we can buy now that actually helps to turn it all, and probably the answer is no. We'll just buy some stuff at random. The pickaxe is probably worse than just drawing a loot at this point. We want to keep one wealthy village in hand for that pickaxe, but other than that, we'll just do this. I guess there's still a king's cash that we didn't find. That would have been the other thing to actually try and grab, but we should be up to 48 here, because this should be like, we're going to get 135. We're getting 5 triple loots, so that's already $45. So, yeah. It doesn't really matter which ones we play at this point. Unless we think the hammer is like gaining the estates is a little better. I mean, we can do the silver thing. I don't think we can empty the silvers, unfortunately. What do we want to see? I can't ask the audience. What do you want to see the conquest? How big the conquest can be? It's going to take us longer to end the game. But it'll be... but it will be exciting. I actually don't even know how we end the game from here. I guess we empty this, either empty the estates or empty the silvers in the wealthy village. I suppose. How much money here do we have? 2, 4, 6, 15, 18. So we can do 3. So let's just do 1. Well, it's still more money, but whatever. For more points. If we're gonna buy 3 conquests. But actually, let's do it the right way. Let's do it the right way. We don't need these buys, so it's actually more points to do this, even though the conquests end up a little bit messed up. How many loots we have left? We'll just do this. It seems reasonable. Oh, I didn't think about that. We gotta do this right too. Alright. We can buy provinces. We probably can empty those across a couple turns. This did increase the length of the video. We got to see this number be bigger. I don't know how the viewers at home feel about those trade-offs. What people are interested in for these kinds of videos, but you know, it's always pretty fun to do the big scoring. So we end up with 159 tokens from Conquest. If you don't get a figurehead here, you can't go quite that big. You can still go pretty big if you have puzzle boxes, or like we had a mix of the things that are helpful for that. So we had both the puzzle boxes. We had an Amphora, I think, maybe more by the end, but the things that let you control, kind of shift some of your payload between turns can make the mega turn here bigger. But if you don't have those loots, there's not as much you can do in that front. Like if we had both figureheads, we could have done a big turn back to back actually. But anyway, pretty fun little loot engine. I didn't really know exactly how it would play out. We got cleaned very quickly. And so we actually got to play with a lot of the kingdom here. So nice kingdom. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And as always, I'll catch you tomorrow.